Kyaw Win from the Burma Human Rights Network. Kyaw Win, thank you so much for your time. What do you know about Abdul Rasheed's situation and why he's been barred?
Abdul Rasheed's situation is one of the many examples, but I would like to highlight Rohingya disenfranchisement from the election is not new. It has been started since 2015 because Rohingya community not only voted for the election, they have been represented in the parliament throughout the history of Burma, in democratic history of Burma. So this is very unfortunate situation, which is a clearly breach of Article 21 UN Universal Declaration of Human Rights, that the Rohingyas are not allowing to to vote or not to allowing to represent the community. This is not only a breach of a human rights declaration, as well as disregarding 2014 UN resolution that the Rohingya community also should have allowed to participate in the election and equal rights for them.
The marginalization in this particular instance, as far as I understand it, concerns Abdul Rasheed's parents, who the authorities say are not Myanmar citizens, but he says he has paperwork to prove that they were both, his parents and his grandparents, given citizenship 4 years before he was born. What about this issue of marginalization, of persecution, of the fact that it appears to be some form of ethnic cleansing almost? The United Nations has used the phrase genocide, because we have in areas where the Rohingya used to live, having been driven out, where homes are being built and being given to the Buddhist minority. That clearly shows, does it not, that the country is not prepared to really look at any sort of repatriation because their lands are not their own Rohingya lands anymore.
Yes, I would like to highlight a bit more deeper. What I want to highlight here is the Burmese central government has been manipulating Rakhine land and creating division between Rakhine Buddhists and Muslim Rohingya. So these two brothers has been, created, divided by the state government, by the central government, and creating racial problems and religious, problems. And what happened in Rakhine State is now Rakhine peoples are suffering severely, both Rohingya community and the Rakhine community. So as you see, the Rakhine State is now, one of the very severe civil war is fighting, in between Arakan army and between the Burmese military. So Rohingya people who suffered, the suffering of Rohingya is since several years, in 1978. There 1991, 1992, and 2012. There are several years that continuously Rohingya people has been attacked and killed, and kicked out from their homes, and their women has been raped, the children has been burned alive. So these atrocities has continuing until 2017, that we see the major genocide has happened. So Rohingya people who belongs to this land, and they are the children of Arakan state, are now clearly denied. And let's see the example of the Abdul Rasheed. His parents are not only citizens of Burma. His parents are, his father is a government employee. So if you are not a citizen of Burma, how can you become an employee of a government? So there's a clearly discrimination under this government, under the government who supposed to be, democratic icons, clearly committing and clearly following the genocide policy of the Burmese military.
Kyaw Win, thank you for joining us on the News Hour on TRT World.